BYD has officially revealed the new Han and the Tang. So BYD have had these two different electric cars, the Han sedan, which is pretty similar in size to a BYD Seal, just a little bit longer, and the BYD Tang, which is kind of sized a little bit like something like a Tesla Model X. They were getting a bit old, a bit dated, and BYD have just revealed new versions of those two cars, which are much, much, much better than the previous old versions. In fact, these new versions have an insane amount of power. I'm pretty shocked, actually. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. BYD obviously have an onslaught of models that they are revealing for sale all around the world. They've just revealed a new car for Europe today within the last 24 hours. And now they've revealed the Han L and the Tang L. Both of these cars have 1,085 horsepower. So would probably beat most Ferraris, most Porsches, most Lamborghinis as well. Apparently, the motors, the new motors in them, can spin at up to 30,000 RPM. And they have 810 kilowatt total system power, which is 1,085 horsepower. Now that's absolutely insane. As you can see, the BYD Han L looks completely different to the previous BYD Han. Very different looking car. In fact, it's a completely all new car. It's not a refreshed version of the Han, it's an all new car. The Han L sedan's exterior aligns with the front of the Han, says Car News China. Its front end adopts elongated headlights joined by a chrome plated element. It has a LiDAR sensor on the roof, which is meant to help with autonomous driving, or at least semi-autonomous driving. It has flush door handles, a slanted roof line, single taillight strip. I think it's a good-looking car, guys. I think it's a nice improvement. It's bigger than the previous version as well. It's now over 5 meters long, so it's even bigger than a Tesla Model S. It's 5,050 millimeters long, 1,960 millimeters wide. Wheelbase is big as well, 3 meters, 2,970 millimeters. That means it's 10 millimeters longer, 50 millimeters wider, and 10 millimeters higher than the regular version of the Han. So this is the stretched wheelbase version of the Han. It gives more back seat space. And this is for, obviously people who like having a chauffeur drive them around, essentially. Now, honestly, these kind of cars are quite popular in China, having these stretched wheelbase versions of the same car. The main feature of the Han L, though, is its insane amount of power. The rear-wheel drive version has 500 kilowatt. That's 670 horsepower, coming from a single permanent magnet motor with up to 30,000 RPM. It can spin at insane speeds. That's pretty unusual. There are motors that I've seen can spin around 25,000 RPM. I haven't heard of any that spin at 30,000 RPM. The four-wheel drive version of the Han EV has 580 kilowatt. That's 777 horsepower. And it's got one motor at the front, one motor in the rear. But here's the thing. That's just the rear motor power. So just the rear motor has 580 kilowatt by itself, 777 horsepower. Now the front motor has 230 kilowatt or 308 horsepower. Meaning, like I said, total system power is nearly 1,100 horsepower, which is absolutely insane. It can do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.7 seconds. So 0 to 62 miles an hour at 2.7 seconds. Really, really fast. There is a hybrid version of the Han L. I'm not sure why you'd want that, but if you do, that's available. The first one uses a 1.5 litre internal combustion engine, which has 115 kilowatt, which is 154 horsepower. And it has an electric motor that has 200 kilowatt or 268 horsepower. So in total, you're going to get around about 300 kilowatt, so about 450 horsepower from the plug-in hybrid. There is a more powerful version, but anyway, it's a plug-in hybrid. Most of you guys are not interested in those. Now, the Tang L is a little bit different to the regular new Tang version of the BYD Tang. As you can see, the styling is different. I'm not convinced on the styling. I think the front looks odd. I think the back looks nice. The front with that weird-looking big dimple on the sides just doesn't work for me personally. But anyway, the Tang dimensions are similar to the Han. It is 5 meters long, so it's 5,040 millimeters long, 1,996 millimeters wide, and has a wheelbase 2,950 millimeters. So it appears to be built on essentially the same platform, same dimensions, very, very similar. Now, the difference, of course, is the height. It's much higher, much taller. It's 1,760 millimeters tall. So it rides on 20-inch or 21-inch wheels, and it has the same drivetrain. So you're going to get that enormous amount of power if you buy the super powerful version. You could call it the plaid version with 1,080 horsepower in total. That incredible rear motor. I don't know how they got that much power into one single motor, 580 kilowatt. That's just truly staggering. And remember, there is actually two motors on this. There's actually three motors in total. There's one at the front and two motors at the back. And that's what enables both of these cars, the Tang L and the Han L, to have such an insane amount of power. Now, these vehicles haven't officially, we don't have the official details in terms of range and battery pack sizes. I don't know if they're using BYD's new blade batteries. There's two new blade batteries. One of them has very, very high energy density, around 205, 210 watt hours per kilogram. So right up there with the best LFP batteries. The other one has super fast charging. It's actually a short blade battery. It's half the length of the traditional BYD blade battery. And that enables much, much faster charging. It said charging speeds of up to 600 kilowatt that would enable the battery pack to be charged in 10 minutes, or I believe it might be even 9 minutes, from 10 to 80%. So those two batteries will change the game for BYD. I think BYD has definitely fallen behind its EV rivals in terms of technology, charging speeds, battery energy density, vehicle range, weight. Their vehicles are relatively heavy. But these two new batteries will be game changing. Will they come in these two cars? I hope so, but I'm not sure. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thanks for watching. Seven major Chinese automakers sold between 35 to 100% more cars in 2024 than they did in 2023. The global automotive industry did not get bigger. So that means only one thing. That Chinese car makers took massive market share from their rivals outside of China. Chinese electric car sales have just come in, my friends, and they are, well, pretty damn staggering. As a result of these record EV sales from Chinese car companies, China actually sold 42% of the world's cars in November. In December, that number was probably even higher. BYD, Zeekr, Xpeng, NIO, Leap Motor, all of them, Xiaomi, all of them broke car sales records for their companies. Here are the numbers, and here's what it actually means. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to have you with us. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Great to have you too. And guys, if you're charging your EV using electricity from the grid, I suggest not doing that, because solar systems on average give you a payback around 50,000 US dollars in America, and it's around 70,000 Australian dollars here